Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Neil McPherson here. Excited to share this new staple in digital marketing that businesses are just not going to be able to ignore in the months and years to come. And agencies that get ahead of this stand to really win big time. Okay. And I'll give you a great example here in a second. I'm talking about custom AI experiences across major platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude, and many others as well that are being driven by the brands themselves and consumer demand. Okay, and I'll talk more about that in a second. And this looks all too familiar to something that if you've been around the block doing digital marketing, or at least in the world, back when Facebook was really taking off, we've seen this before. Okay, it's almost identical to what happened with Facebook pages and eventually profiles across all the major social media platforms. Right? If you think about it, at one point, Facebook pages, and I know this because this is when I first got started, were a custom service that required like an iframe coding to deliver a custom design, right? You couldn't just pop up a cover photo and make optimize it, and it wasn't all designed to work for every business, and it was clunky and complicated, but the demand was there and it grew fast, right? I know this because my very first client was a band. It was my girlfriend's roommate, was dating the lead singer of this band, and I sold them one of these Facebook pages when they saw what I had built for myself. Okay, so I was there when this first started, right? I've lived this before, and back then, big brands were first to jump on board, right? The major brands, Toyota, or whatever they are, okay, Walmart, you know what I mean, the biggest brands around. But it wasn't long, if you've been around, I'm sure you saw this all happen, right? Eventually, you started seeing follow us on Facebook and commercials that they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to run, right? The growth was truly astronomical at the time, okay? Think about this, all right? Facebook reported around 3 million active pages in February 2010, okay? By December 2010, more than 20 million people were using Facebook pages every day, okay? It's 2010. By 2012, Facebook reported 42 million pages with 10 plus likes. So that's not even counting the ones that have 9 likes or whatever, right? So that's huge growth rate, right? That's an increase of 30 million pages across their platform in 2 years, all right? And before you knew it, Facebook pages were a staple of marketing pretty much any business online. It's almost like you can't even be considered taken serious if you don't have a Facebook page, right? The agencies who got in early on this cleaned up, and I know because I was one of them, right? The opportunity is similar, if not better, with AI experiences, though, okay? And let me share what's going on here, okay? So, 3 million new custom GPTs, right? So, ChatGPT launched their ability to create custom tools, okay? And within 2 months of launching that, 3 million tools were created, okay? And these tools are a lot like the business's Facebook page, right? Except for they're interactive, that you can brand them, etc., with their logo and all that, but customers can interact instead of it just being a static thing of information, right? So it's even better, excuse me, it's even more better. I can't talk in the middle of my video, but what I was trying to say is it's even better from a conversion standpoint, right? And that pace is on pace for 54 million in 2 years, all right? So that would actually, if it continued on the pace now, it would surpass the Facebook pages. God, I can't talk. Sorry about that. So anyway, custom GPTs, gems, and Claude projects are exploding in demand right along with the user bases of these platforms, right? We're all seeing it happen. They're on their way to a billion users here pretty soon, right? 900 million ChatGPT weekly users, 950 million Gemini users, 500 million artifacts created on Claude, 2 billion active Gen I users, right? So what is that, quarter of the world, 1/4 of the world already? Instead of social pages and profiles on these platforms, businesses now can create custom AI experiences inside their ecosystem, right? Here's some examples for a roofer, home services, dentist, a storm damage roof check, a remodel planning assistant, a dental procedure guide, right? These are all things. And what's great about this is instead of just a chat bot on their website that, customers kind of know this is pre-programmed to kind of pitch them or sell them, or they just think of them as support. These are hosted inside a platform that they trust. So if they like to use Gemini and now they're inside using your home services remodel assistant inside Gemini, there's already a trust factor there with a platform and a tool that they are already accustomed to using. So their guard is down from being sold, right? So there's a distinct advantage to using these experiences inside these platforms. And I personally believe, just like when it first started, eventually you started to see follow us on Facebook. Then eventually you saw the Facebook icon, the YouTube icon, the Instagram icon on everybody's website. I believe we're on our way there as well. We're going to start to see the ChatGPT icon, the Gemini icon, the Claude icon. Check us out on your favorite platform, right? Because the math that businesses do is, if our customers are there, we want to be there too, right? And that's what this is all about. And this is, it doesn't, not every tool you create has an AEO benefit, but if you think about it from an AI present standpoint, these businesses want to be present on these platforms. These interactive tools are how you do that, right? All right. Does that make sense? And these are not complex systems or advanced software builds. They're lightweight, focused experiences designed to help customers solve problems, right? They're not just there to pitch them or offer customer support. With gems, Gemini gems in particular, you can do some really cool stuff that most agencies probably aren't even aware of at this point, right? Take a look at a few of the gems that you can create with Customer Experience AI. And these are just a few of the things out of our directory that I pulled here. The local search to action loop, all right? So instead of a customer finding a business on Google Maps or search, clicking over to a dead website or a website that's not, updated or whatever, hunting for a contact form and bouncing, the gem bridges the gap, right? So they're staying within the Google experience. And Google rewards high engagement, low bounce rates, and direct user actions. Okay. So you're sending them, instead of from a Google business profile to a broken contact form, into an interactive gem still inside of Google, but pre-programmed with all the business's information. Okay. Or whatever type of tool that you want to build for them or experience, right? So the Google Business Profile Authority Amplifier. Google's local algorithm heavily weighs user engagement metrics. We all know that, right? So when a CX gem or a customer-facing gem handles immediate triage, scheduling, diagnostics right inside of the mobile search flow, it sends ultra positive behavioral signals straight back to Google, boosting local map rankings. And this was pulled directly from Gemini, right? Google said this, all right? So you also have the frictionless ecosystem transition. So users are already logged into their Google accounts on mobile. When a gem interacts with them, features like autofilling location details, pulling map data, or syncing directly with Google Calendar or business messages happen seamlessly without forcing the user to create a new login or fill out annoying 10-form field. Okay, so that makes sense. So they're already logged into their mobile to Google Chrome, and then they can use all these functions within the gem. Okay, so then it can tap into their maps history. It can look at their calendar, all these types of things, and help them, get the exact service with that business or whatever it is for that specific gem and business type. That's going to help them the most. Okay, so you see, we're improving the customer experience with these tools. All right. And that's just scratching the surface, right? And when customers have a better experience, your clients win. The businesses make more money, right? So what does that mean? They're going to be happy with you. They're going to want to buy more of your stuff, right? 37% more spent. Extremely satisfied customers spend 37% more than dissatisfied customers. 23% more per transaction. 72% will pay a higher price. 72% of US consumers say they would pay more for a premium experience, right? And those experiences are happening online now, okay? 88% are more likely to buy again from that business, all right? So repeat business, all right? More per transaction, more per service, more overall money spent, right? So what that equals is ROI for your client, return on their investment with you, okay? And plus these customer experiences are much easier to create and manage than vibe coded apps, right? Which are super popular these days. You don't need to code anything. Okay. It's just copy, paste, simple. Okay. No SaaS platform to manage, no servers to manage, no hosting needed, no WordPress plugins, none of that. Right. And the reason is they're hosted on the platform. Okay. So when you don't need to worry about Facebook updating Facebook pages, right? When they make an update, it rolls out to all the pages. And that's exactly how these tools work, right? So the one thing you might want to pick up, besides this customer experience AI, would be a subscription to ChatGPT, right? Which is like $20 a month. And then you can create all the tools you want. We'll also obviously check if there's any limits on that. But And that's it, right? And they host the tools. Your customers can access them. They're branded for their clients. They're created through customer experience AI, helping you build them. All right. So super easy to do. You just build it, it's hosted there. You give the client the link, then that goes out to their customers or wherever they want to use it in their marketing or emails, whatever it is. And that's it, right? So very simplistic. Okay. You can build these things in like 5 minutes. All right. Obviously, for the more advanced stuff, like if they have a lot of knowledge documents or something like that, that can take you just a little bit longer. But the building of the actual tool, literally just minutes. All right. And it's really the first time I did it. I built one with Customer AI or Experience AI. The words out of my mouth were, "Dang, that's cool." I was just so impressed with boom. Any business that we want to do it for, boom, we can just create these like hotcakes. Okay, so you still have to know what to build, how to build it, optimize it, and sell it, and that's what Customer Experience AI can help you do. All right. So after selling thousands of dollars worth of these custom AI experiences over the past year, I learned a thing or two, right? And I discovered a system for building these that cuts delivery time from hours to just a few minutes, like I was saying, right? When I was first doing this, I could literally spend a day or two just building one GPT because I would think I had it right. I would give it the instructions, the outputs would be terrible, and I'd have to go back and forth till I was just kind of exhausted at the eyeballs. And then eventually I thought maybe I could do it this way. And then boom, they started to come out way faster, way easier. And then I created my own tool, which I'm giving you access here to here today, that does it for them. So it's built with an entire directory, has all the frameworks, all the niches, everything, and you just give it the niche. That's like a one-line prompt with the business info or not if you don't want to, and that's it, right? It'll spit out everything you need to copy paste into the builder, hit create, and you have a tool. Then from there, you simply test it, check out the outputs or whatever, and then you can even drop those outputs back into the tool. It'll help you analyze any problems that you might be having, why it's not giving you what it's supposed to, and then that whole process literally can take 15 minutes sometimes, and you're done, right? And then you have an awesome tool for this business that you can charge 197 just one off as a front end thing, or you can take it all the way up to 1500 or more. You can add this in your AEO packages. There's a lot you can do here. I'm stuck on one slide and I got ahead of myself, but you get what I'm saying. So this is really not complicated on your end, but there's tremendous value to the business, right? And you can create unlimited experiences for any business. So this is a one-time fee for this system, and then you can do this for as many clients as you want. Okay, excellent, high value, high profit AI service, works great as a foot in the door. Can be bundled with AEO. Kind of offer a modern solution before and that's a great thing. You probably don't see a lot of other agencies offering this right now. So let's say you're offering AEO packages, and now they're starting to get pitched a lot of AEO packages, but you also offer these customer experiences. It gives you a competitive advantage. And then when your clients get these set up for their business across all these platforms and their competitors don't have that, it gives them a competitive advantage. So there's really a lot of advantages here for you and for your clients, right? The benefits to the clients include better lead conversion, retention, co-branding with these major platforms, and a lot more. Okay, super low tech delivery, as I talked about, takes minutes to build most of these experiences. No maintenance, no hosting. No, the code broke and you got 100 support tickets from your client and they're mad at you. None of that kind of stuff, right? It's going to be up. It's going to be working. And the profit margins, 90% or better. Like I said, your time a little bit or somebody on your team. You can create the tools in minutes. The process to sell it to the client and maybe the subscription to the tool, and that's about it, right? To ChatGPT or something like that. And you can create unlimited AI customer experiences with this, all right? Comes with complete video training showing you how to turn this into a profitable agency service, how to find the best experiences for any business, create the best experiences, optimize them, brand them for each platform. There's some tips and tricks in there. I show you that as well. How to use the demo strategy to help close deals on this, right? Since they're very easy to create quickly, you can easily, if you want to go after a bunch of insurance agents, boom, you can set up an example. Here's how this works. And then you can show it to them and let them experience it, right? And then they're going to want it. Okay. So that's a great little selling tip there. And I'll show you how to go into that in detail. And then pricing on these for the foot in the door, the bundled offers, all that type of stuff as well. And everything you need to know to make this work for yourself, right? Plus, if you buy now, you also get these exclusive bonuses to help you hit the ground running with Customer Experience AI. You get 100 local business Gemini Gem ideas complete list. So, it gives you the niche, an example, why it's a benefit of using a gem, how it helps the business. We got a whole list of that. 100 local business GPT ideas and 100 local business Claude project ideas. So 300 total in our directory there, just to help you get your. These are all built into the system, to the tool. But you also, if you just want to browse these to give you ideas, you have that as well. Okay. Also, our AI platform expansion guide. So it goes beyond being able to create these experiences, goes beyond ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. But that's we focus on those main three. But we also created a guide to show you what's possible with other tools like Grok or Copilot and all this type of stuff as well. Okay. Then, in addition to that, you also get the customer experience discovery master prompt. If you want to, do this in Claude or whatever tool that you like to use, you can use this master prompt to look for and analyze to find the best possible tools for a given business. All right. So those are great value there. We also include the 121 experience frameworks. So there's 60 custom GPT experiences, 35 gem experiences, 26 Claude experiences, and they're all built into the tool. Okay. So you just have to type in the business type that you want. It'll recommend various types. So each time you plug in a business, more often than not, it'll say, here's some gems, here's some Claude, here's some GPTs. We recommend this one, and here's why, right? And then if you say yes, okay, let's go ahead and build it. Boom, the next step is here's everything you need to do that, right? So it takes 2 seconds to do that, to figure all that out. Some examples like this are the AI model, remodel design visualizer, roof damage and repair assessment, restaurant dining and concierge, neighborhood and property matchmaker, service and product matchmaker, estimate and project planning assistant, and it kind of goes on from there. Okay, so think about the value here for yourself and for your clients as well. You're getting a system capable of helping you create unlimited customer experiences for virtually unlimited businesses, right? I'd be hard pressed to think of a business that I couldn't make one of these for. Okay, you can build one, like I said, and sell it for a couple $100 a pop if you want, or more. Depending on what your service rates are, right? As a great foot in the door offer, okay, something not other people are offering. You can create a 3 experience starter package, right? So you could do ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini and charge $497. You could build more advanced bundles. Like there might be some companies that need SOPs and different things like that built into their tools, knowledge files, or they want multiple, across all the platforms that are even possible out there. There's a lot of options for this to turn into suddenly $1,000, $1,500 type of service, right? You can include them inside your existing AEO packages, like I mentioned, to give you an advantage there. You can use them as bonuses to close other agency services, right? So if you just want to enhance, sweeten the deal, by the way, pick up this, new website or whatever it is we're offering you, Google Business Profile Optimization, and we'll also throw in a gem, right? So there's some great stuff you can do there. Since they take minutes to create, you can also use them as a value in advance demo strategy. Like I mentioned, just create a tool. You can even do it with their branding and their logo. Hey, look, I made this for you. If you want it, it's $200, right? $500, $300, whatever you want. So you can also build ongoing AI experience packages where you continually expand what the business offers its customers. So as they roll out different ways of doing things, new things that they're doing, they may want you to make more experiences, right? Because there's like 4 or 5 different things you might be able to make for one business: a calculator, an estimator, an analyzer, etc. So it might be a suite of tools that you could build for them. Okay. So no matter how you choose to sell these, there's no ongoing cost to you, like I said, except maybe a $20 ChatGPT subscription. Okay. So it's a one-time fee here today. You get your license, the training, all the bonuses, the tool, the system, everything for a one-time fee. So just click the buy button below and you'll get instant access and get started today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to my support desk. The information's on this page. And I hope to see you on the inside creating some awesome experiences for your clients here soon. Bye for now.